governor is one of the most progressive, if not the most progressive governor in America. And because he stands for working people stand with him.
That, of course, is Socialist Senator Bernie Sanders stumping for Democrat incumbent Governor Phil Murphy in New Jersey. It's coming down to the wire there and in Virginia, where the races for governor are proving to be a fight to the finish and could potentially have a ripple effect on the 2022 midterms. In Virginia, Glenn Youngkin appears to be pulling ahead of Terry McAuliffe. And in the Garden State, where no Democrat has won re-election to the governorship in 40 years, the race is tightening there as well. Our next guest has been barnstorming the state, making his final push. Joining us now, New Jersey gubernatorial candidate Jack Ciattarelli. Good to see you, Jack. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So Phil Murphy, he's pulling out all the stops. He's bringing in Obama, Harris, even a socialist, Bernie Sanders. And like McAuliffe, they must be a little nervous about you because they're resorting to this type of rhetoric. Take a listen.
Do we stand with our sacred democracy, or do we stand with Confederate flags and white supremacists and a pack of lies? Do we stand? Do we continue?
Mr. Ciattarelli, what do those types of tactics, what does that kind of rhetoric say to you about the real Phil Murphy?
What it says is we're seeing a very, very desperate incumbent governor who desperately wants to be reelected and is embarrassing the people of New Jersey. My goodness, to be speaking to the Confederate flag and white supremacy in the closing statement of the last debate, and then bringing Bernie Sanders in this past week is laughable. Bernie Sanders, they have to give him a script in order to find something good to say about Murphy. Calls it progress. We've got more nursing home deaths than any other state in the country. Right. Our property taxes are the highest in the country. The state of New Jersey is the worst place in the country to do business. I don't call that progress.
Mr. Ciattarelli, a recent poll showed that New Jerseyans, for them, COVID is an important issue, but as you're pointing out, taxes, jobs in the economy, education are really what's driving them to the polls. Thanks to Governor Murphy, New Jersey, as you said, has the highest combined tax burden in the country. It's leaving people behind. How are you going to turn it around?
We're going to turn around by talking about how we're going to lower property taxes and make New Jersey a better place to do business so everybody feels confident they can achieve their American dream here. And we're also going to remind people of New Jersey, who are the highest taxed people in the nation, that this is the governor that said to them, if taxes are your issue, we're probably not your state. I mean, he poked them right in the eye on what they repeatedly tell us is their number one issue.
President Biden and Democrat governors Mr. Ciattarelli, they support the firing of first responders over the vaccine mandate. New Jersey had about a 20% spike in violent crime last year. Should we be forcing off the job our finest, our bravest, and our healthcare professionals who have worked through the pandemic?
This is terrible. Our EMTs, our fire personnel, our police personnel all worked every single day through the pandemic. At the height of the pandemic, when there was a lot we didn't know. And lives are being lost left and right. And now we're going to tell these people they're being fired because they refuse to get vaccinated. That's just plain wrong. We're not going to do that under Governor Ciattarelli. We're going to support our EMTs, our fire personnel, and certainly our law enforcement. Phil Murphy has been the most anti-cop governor we've ever had. He's handcuffed them, he's disarmed them, he's demoralized them. That's not going to be the case under Governor Ciattarelli.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.